Hey guys, welcome back on my channel and let's go hitchhike together into Iran. Hey guys, welcome back on my channel after a while. It's been a while because I've been doing a lot of things and I didn't really have the time to concentrate on something I could cut or edit, but now finally it's here. I've decided that I will show you back my journey in 2024 to Iran, one of the most enjoyable and most amazing trips I've ever done. It's also the first video I'm doing in English. There will be Czech parts which will be covered by English subtitles, and also voiceovers will be in English, so I hope you will like this format. This video will also have two parts, part 1 and part 2. And yeah, that's it probably. Let's dive into it and let's see how it is to hitchhike into Iran in 2024. As usually, I start in my little village Mochidlet in the West Czechia, and I start heading to east quite quickly. First night I already spent in Serbia next to the IKEA after Belgrade, and the next night I was already heading to the border between Bulgaria and Turkey. Right after the crossing there is my favorite sleeping spot. It's a masjid where I already slept a few times and it's a very peaceful place. I'm not transiting straight to Iran. I have few steps on the way, and one of them is Ordu in province Karadeniz, which is called Black Sea also, and there are my friends. Jo! Je zima jako svině. Ale je to krásný. I can't say that I slept like a princess. This night was actually pretty horrible, but in the morning I had just very few hundred kilometers away from Ordu. Once I arrived to Ordu, I was given a warm welcome from Ichlal, Murat and the other friends. I'm gonna spend here probably 4 or 5 days, so there was variety of activities we could do, and the first night we already went to play a laser game. For the nights I was able to sleep at my friends' apartments. And thanks to my visage, I was actually able to visit the university every day without anybody noticing that I'm not the student from there. Which creates a lot of unique moments and situations, and sometimes it was really fun, especially with the professors. With Ichlal we often just hang out with a chai or cafe, and she showed me some concerts around, then we played volleyball with the friends, and for me it was really nice chill days I really needed. It was my third time in Ordu and I already felt a little bit like home. Once again, everything thanks to the friends I made there, and especially Ichlal, Murat, Ezgi, Senai and the others. I love you guys and I hope to see you again. Tak dneska po vlastně 4 až 5 dnech opouštím Ordu. Nejdřív teda se budu rozloučit s holkama do školy. Stala se taková hrozně skvělá věc. Nikdo si nevšiml, že jsem Čech, a teď jsem sem šel poprvé s batohem. A já jsem holkám říkal, že pojďme to vzít stranou, ne stranou, a zeptat se jich, jestli si tam můžu nechat batoh nebo ne. Ale my jsme to šli obejít a seběhli se na nás jakože eskorty a vyhlásili mě ve vysílačkách, že prostě má zelený triko, modrý džíny a že prostě se nesmí hejbat, takže mě tady vlastně uzavřeli a nemohl jsem nikam dál než tady do kantýny. Taky bylo vtipný, že si o mě myslel, že jsem terorista, protože jak jsem tam teď 2 dny chodil bez batohu, tak si nikdo nevšiml, že nejsem Turek. A teď kvůli mě zavolali celou eskortu a popisovali jim, jak vypadám, s kým jsem, aby mě mohli najít. To bylo taky trošku bizarní, ale... Merhaba Mustafa. Merhaba. Oy, çok güzel. Hrozně turistický místo. Takže tohle všechno jsou hotely. Místně jako tady moc nenajdete, ale nevím. Jedu pryč, dokud je světlo. Rozhodl jsem se, že do nejbližší mešity, která je 8 km, budu tak trochu pěšky a doufám, že něco pojede, protože se mi to úplně nechce jít. Trochu vypadá, že možná bude chcát. Mi zastavil pán a já jsem mu říkal, že chci jít spát do mešity někde a on říkal, že ta cesta na ten Bayburt nejde projet. Nebo něco takového. Mluvil turecky, ale pochopil jsem to. Což je docela v prdeli, protože já se jako nechci vracet do Trabzonu vůbec, tyjo. Ale jako jestli to je pravda, to nevím. Já zkusím počkat na další auto. At least vím, kudy na hlavní silnici a musím se vrátit, no. Což mě sere. Hell yeah, they were right. I couldn't go this way to Bayburt because there was avalanche on the road, so I had to turn back to Trabzon. This guy was so kind that he invited me to his house for the night. Thank you, man. Bayburt is the city which a lot of travelers are avoiding. There's a lot of reasons for that. It's not really on the road and there's not many things to do. But those are exactly the places I like. Because the authenticity in Bayburt was just insanely beautiful and I fell in love with Bayburt, to be honest. I found myself just wandering around the city the whole afternoon, so I was sure that I will have to spend the night somewhere around. Ačkoliv se to nezdá, tak jsem se vyspal docela dobře. Kámo, tak teď se na mě, vole, urvala tady ta tyč. Ty píčo. Vypadá to, že asi odcházím radši, než se to tady na mě sesype.
Güzel daha var. Topla.
Even though the weather was a little bit shitty, I don't mind it because hitchhiking in this part of Turkey is super easy and my goal was to reach Iran today. Čau. Jsme někde asi 100 km od iránských hranic. Nikdo moc nejezdí, trošku prší. Most of the Western people, they are having bad thoughts about Iran based on the medias and the news. I didn't have any because I've been traveling in Middle East and I know that the media versus reality is actually a big thing here. At the same time, I had very few informations about Iran and about its culture, so I was super excited. And also, I didn't really have an idea what I'm going to dive into. The border was surprisingly easy, and after the border I found one Kurdish guy who already offered me a ride to the next city, Maku. Then it got a little bit complicated because it was getting dark and I was hitchhiking. People don't really understand hitchhiking here, as I realized. So with getting dark it was a little bit tense for me. However, I was lucky and one guy offered me a ride all the way to Tabriz without letting me pay. We arrived at 2 in the morning and he was so kind that he helped me to find a SIM card and also tell me where I can exchange my money the next day. Also, I have noticed that I've seen a lot of people sleeping in the parks, and he told me I can sleep there as well when I don't have any place to stay. So I did so, and it was pretty okay, and that's how I woke up my first night in Iran. And let's explore the Tabriz city together.
Na co si musím trochu zvyknout, jsou takovýhle prašný písečný.
While walking in the bazaar, I met Sahand. Sahand knows English perfectly and he gave me a lot of tips what to do, not only in Tabriz but in whole Iran. He also gave me contact to one hostel where I can stay for a night.
Takže dneska budu spát tady. Jsem na hostelu v Tabrizu. Cena 4Ečka tady za Tree House, takže to už tady začínám sířit. A navíc jsem si konečně sehnal VPN, takže už můžu trošku datovat. Ale tohle je mega dobrý hostel. Fakt doporučuji.
Next day I kept exploring and I met Ali, local legend who knows every traveler who is coming to Tabriz. Super friendly guy.
Salam!
I started hitchhiking in my first direction, which was ancient city of Kandovan. Kandovan is ancient village where the houses are built inside the tunnels and inside the caves, sometimes called also Iranian Cappadocia. Just behind the village there is 3,500 meters high volcanoes and the nature around is beautiful. These guys were going somewhere called Oshnavia. It was not in my plan, it was not even in the road I wanted to take, but I decided to say yes because I'm yes man, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. We crossed Lake Urmia, which is second largest hypersaline lake in the world. Unfortunately very dry these days. We arrived late at the night, so there was not much time to think about sleeping spots, so I went to the masjid as usually. But then suddenly 2 guys came out and they were like, oh, we have English Institute and you could teach our kids English. So I stayed with them for 3 days and it was so amazing. Damn, life was so unpredictable. Mr. Javani and Mr. Rashid showed me around and taught me a lot of things about Oshnavia. It's majority Kurdish city and it's the largest cherry production in the Iran. And because Kurds are obsessed with the mountains, same as I do, it was perfect fit because they were so proud to show me the nature around.
I will try to like
Yeah, do sen.
Raining.
Zor spas. After 3 days I left Oshnavia with the direction to Bijar, where I have contact to the other teachers who will let me teach English in their institutes.
Čauny. Jsme jen tak z ničeho prostě zastavili uprostřed něčeho, aby týpek nasekal spoustu trávy.
Even though I arrived late, Mohsen found me and I stayed with him for one day, and I also went to teach to his school. I had other contact to the teacher in Sanandaj, and Sanandaj is the main capital for the province of Kurdistan. Kurds also call him Sine. Here I didn't went to the school because it was Friday, and Friday is holiday, so we went to Mariwan, which is beautiful and surrounded by the mountains. We went here for picnic as everybody does. Then I separated and I started hitchhiking alone to the mountain villages. You will see thousands of people just having picnic. For Kurds, picnicking is probably something like a national sport, let's say. I see.
Tohle musíte vidět. Vlastně koukáme do iráckého Kordistánu, tamhle dolů, tam jsem byl minulý rok. Jak brutální, jsme asi 2600 nad mořem.
Descended down to the village of Urawan-Takht, which is probably one of the most famous Kurdish villages thanks to its typical stairs architecture. It felt like different world, the beauty was just insane, and I found little roof where I could spend the night, so it was even more perfect. I need to make a point. These villages and these mountains are probably one of the most beautiful places you can see in Iran, and the people here are probably one of the most friendliest people in the world. But unfortunately, because they are Kurds, they are Sunni, and also its bordering area, the government is not supporting this region at all. Thousands of people are surviving just thanks to the fact that they are smuggling things across Iraq border. The road is extremely dangerous, the weather is unpredictable, the mountains are very high, and also the boarding guards are shooting at the coal bars. Coal bars is the name for the smugglers who are taking the things like this guy you can see on the picture. So that's just the sad reality behind those beautiful places, and not many people talks about it. Palangan is also one of the villages you shouldn't miss in this region. There even exists little walking path, which is not really official, but I decided that I will try it and I see how it is, and it was beautiful but super hard.
Už docela nemůžu, ale teď jsem tady viděl nějaký zvíře, nevím, jestli to byl jakože šakal nebo kojot, ale asi radši dojdu těch 8 kiláků do té vesnice, moc světla mi ještě, moc už mi světla nezbývá, takže musím pohnout prdelí. Se pomalu začíná šeřit, ale já už dojdu do té vesnice. Jsem teda trošku rebanej, ale zvládnu to. No. Ahoj. Nahoře je mešita, což je záchody, ale já budu spát ještě tam nahoře venku, protože nechci úplně líst do mešity, když je rozsvícená celou noc a nechci jim tu mešitu zasínat, obviously.
Saying my little goodbye to Kurdistan province, and I'm leaving back more into the central Iran.
Tohle byl až takový přestup, tyjo. Jsem vystoupil a hnedka tady mám šéfa, který mě vezme do Norabádu. A jedem dál.
I supposed to take a bus from Kermanshah to Isfahan. I even had a ticket, but when I bought the ticket they didn't tell me that the bus is leaving at midnight, which means I have 8 hours to do something. And I decided that I will return the ticket and I will do what I do best. I went back hitchhiking. Okay, this is super important moment. Suddenly people start yelling, laughing, shouting. I saw even fireworks. And Hossein, my driver, started telling me through the translator. There was a helicopter with our president, which fell down close to Tabriz. Yep, that was very unique situation. The other day, they really find out that he died in the crash and they shut down the internet and they say that there is 5 days mourning, which means no public activities such as singing, dancing, gathering around and so on. But we are going to see how the reality is going to be.
Hossein je neskutečně hodný kameňák, se kterým jdu asi od 5 hodin a pořád mi něco kupuje, pořád mi něco dává, jsem hrozně přepapaný už a hrozně unavený. Asi za 20 minut budem v parku, kde budu spát, ale už jsem fakt úplně off. Je 6 hodin, ty vole. Píči, vole, se z nich poseru. A týpci odcházejí, vole. Oni mě reálně přišli jenom zbudit. To se poseru, vole. Držte mě, vole, nebo vole, kdybych chtěl trochu kondici a nebyl úplně rozbrdotej, tak si na ně možná i zakřičím. To je fakt hustý, jsem se šel jenom parkem a rodinka kaže čau, dáme čaj a takže teď jsem tady s ním byl půl hoďky. Fakt hrozně milí lidi. Už je docela vedro. A něco mám ve voku. Je to mega hezký.
This is city of Isfahan, one of the most beautiful cities in Persia. Nahchezhan Square is also known as the second biggest square in the world.
Tady nikdo není. Hustý.
After past few days I was pretty tired, so I decided to sleep in the hostel, but first the hostels were full, so then I met some students and they offered me that I can stay at theirs dormitory. But it didn't work out because the chief of the dormitory was pretty, how to say, he didn't like foreigners and he was not nice at all. I went back to the city then and I found one hostel where they had a place, so I settled myself there.
Kam to vede, ty vole? Je dost vedro, ale tyhle části Isfahánu jsou takový úplně odlehlý a nikdo sem nechodí. Je to mega cool.
During this trip in general was super easy to connect with the people. And once you shared your contact, you are sure that definitely somebody will reach you out to meet you again. So did Hossein, the truck driver who took me to Isfahan, and already before I promised him that I will try to visit his family. So I spent one day with him and his family and friends.
Parky tady jsou úplně nádherný, nebo jako je to tím, že jsme u řeky a je to jako taky všechno vlhký, ale je to mega hezký. Všichni piknikujou všude. Ale dostal jsem dvě pozvání na piknik, jedno z toho byl Tarův, ale šlo to prokouknout docela jednoduše, takže jsem to nevyužil. Tohle je dobře random. Yeah.
This song before the minus I wish this world would bring down together and meet each other in another.
These are the students who invited me to their dormitory. We were seeing each other almost every day after.
Camera. You too. You too.
It's in this place.
And this is Kiana, girl which worked in the hostel, and we've become really good friends, and she gave me unique opportunity to go on a party. And you guys know me a bit, so it's not that hard to guess what I said. finished, everybody went home, and I ended up in the bus station of Isfahan, from where I will try to take a bus tomorrow to Shiraz. I completely fell in love with Iran and its people. Media versus reality here, as I said before, hits way different, way more than anything I ever seen. And I started being super comfortable around the people, and I didn't feel as a stranger. Sometimes I even felt like some of them. Morning after the party, the bus was full, so I went hitchhiking again. I was way comfortable than before because I finally understood how the hitchhiking works. If you really want to go as a hitchhiker for free, you need to make sure before the ride, and that's it basically. I also learned some little phrases in Persian such as Man miram mofti, I'm going for free, or like the basic ones, Salam chetori khubi kuja miri, hello, how are you, where are you going? The answer can be like Man kheli khubam kheli mamnum, like thank you so much, I'm very good. I was picked up by a lovely family who invited me for a lunch, and afterwards they showed me around their historic city.
Place tohle úplně. Starý hamám, lázně. No. Oh, ty krása, to je fakt masakr tohle. Wow. Ah, toilet.
That's toilet.
Toilet, yeah.
That's shui. That's shui. Big toilet, that's shui.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Wow.
Back on the road, bus stopped for me, so I didn't hesitate this time, and last 300 kilometers I spent chilling in the bus. In Shiraz, I had couchsurfing guy Mohammed who will host me for one night and then maybe even later. And as you will see, we become really good friends with Mohammed. This is Masjid Nasir al-Mulk, also known as Pink Masjid. When you are inside during afternoon or evening, you can see the beautiful colors on the walls. Anyways, it's beautiful like that, but we were there at the wrong time. And in the center of Shiraz, you can find so many beautiful Persian gardens, mirror walls, mirror palaces, beautiful houses. It's just super chilly city.
A je to krásný jako.
در ارتباطیم باشون تو کلی تحریم
This night I was not hosted by Mohammed, so I decided to find some sleeping spot around the city center. At the end, I walked a little bit more from the city center and I found super cool spot on the top of the hill above the city. Actually, it was rooftop of the public toilets, but it was clean, dark, quiet, and after a few days I start calling this place a home.
Dobrý ráno. Co po píči spot, ty?
We reunited with Mohammed and they showed me some other places in Shiraz. For example, this is the tomb of Hafez, the most famous Iranian poet.
Jsem malá příšera.
Jsem malá příšera.
Also, this day was very important for me, because we as a Czech national team, we were playing the finals in the World Hockey Championship against Switzerland. I don't exactly remember how many VPNs did I use and how we found the stream, but we managed to find the stream. And it was super cute to see that they support me in my decision to watch hockey for that night. And as you might know, that day we won.
She's so cute.
During my days in Shiraz, I made so many friends, just by playing volleyball on the street or just by listening to street artists on the street, which by the way, Iran has one of the most beautiful and most amazing busking culture in the world. I'm definitely not a city person, as you know, but in Iran I find myself spending a lot of time in the cities, way more than any other countries I have ever been to. My lifestyle was kind of like I woke up on the roof of the toilets, I went down to the city to meet my friends, see some concert, play volleyball and go back on my rooftop. That's how I was living and it was amazing, to be honest. Okay, this night when I woke up completely destroyed wasn't so good because there was a lot of mosquitoes and I went to sleep very late. And well, yeah, sometimes the lifestyle was way too crazy, like I start feeling being a little bit more tired and I finally got my usual classic stomach problems. That day at evening I also had my last meeting with my friend Fargol. She moved to Europe afterwards.
Ty nevím, jestli to je nasraný nebo to není nasraný. Hustý. Ty vole, tornádo?
Persepolis is probably the most known historic site in Iran. And yeah, I have to admit it's extremely interesting and super beautiful place to visit.
Tady v Persepolis a je vedro jako debil 45 a je to hezký. Akropolis, ale dovnitř nejdem.
Via couchsurfing, I arranged meeting with one guy who offered me that he will take me to some remote area and then he will let me sleep at his place.
Salam.
The area where we went, it was absolutely amazing. I loved that place. But there was a little problem. To get there, I supposed to rent a car because it was said that it's very remote. So I did, so I paid because I really wanted to see that. But later I found out it was just his car and it wasn't so inaccessible. And then at the evening he told me just like that, you cannot sleep at my house. And then he kicked me out on the street and I had to take a night bus to Yazd. At first, obviously, I was just confused because I thought maybe he did mistake or something, or maybe he had some problems, but nowadays I know he didn't do it just to me, he did it also to the other travelers. So basically it's scam, and this time I was caught by the scam. And in the night bus to Yazd, I'm gonna tell you Khadafez, and see you in the part 2, because now it's actually getting started. Thank you so much for watching, make sure you subscribe, like, comment and share, and see you next time.
اگر خواهی